Hi everybody, welcome to week 11 for the American Quilters Stitch Along. Before we jump right into the block with Lisa, I wanted to just bring everyone on who may be new here and kind of explain how to get to Lisa's blog and how to navigate that in order to find the downloadable patterns. So what you're going to do first is just open your browser, and in the search bar you're going to type in lisabongean.com. Click on that top link, and then you're going to find on her blog page this headings bar, and here you're going to see the American Quilters Stitch Along link. Click on that, and that brings you right to the page where she posts all of the buttons for the downloadable patterns. Scroll down, and here you will see all of the blocks posted so far. Our latest one was block 10. And if you haven't been along with us yet through this American Quilters Stitch Along, we usually post a video and Lisa gets to walk you through how to put the block together. And after that video publishes, then she goes and makes the next button live. So you will find the downloadable pattern after the video airs. So if you keep going down, if you haven't been watching our videos for it, you'll see all of them right here. You just give this a click and it brings you right to our YouTube playlist where you're gonna see all of the videos that we recorded so far. We have the introduction all the way down to block 10, and if you haven't seen any, feel free to watch them to catch up. And let's go back here for a second. If you keep scrolling down on Lisa's blog, you're gonna see all of the buttons for the rest of the blocks. And like I mentioned before, she posts the pattern after the video airs. So all of these buttons are future buttons, so you won't be able to see them until the video airs. So today we get to do and watch Lisa do the block 11, and after the video, you will be able to come here and this block 11 button will be live for you. So you'll have access to that. If you click on it after the video is done, it will bring you right to the pattern, and you'll have two options. You can either download them and save them right to your computer, or you can just print them and you can keep a hard copy wherever you need. And that is how we navigate and find Lisa's blog and find all of the downloadable patterns. We're so happy that you're here, and I hope you enjoy block 11.
Hey everyone, we're here for another tutorial on American Quilters, Hogs for Heroes quilt, as everybody is starting to call it. But I just want to go through a little bit of announcements while everybody's hopping on. So a couple things going on here at Primitive Gatherings this week that are pretty special is we have our first retreat at the retreat house of paying customers. So they're there right now, and it's super exciting. They are having a good time. We've had a couple issues which were kind of fun to deal with. Not really, no. But we got that all ironed out, and things are progressing nicely, and they're having a great time. So if you want to come to Primitive Gatherings, we do have a retreat house that sleeps 25 people. You don't have to fill it up. You can come with 2 people. You can come with 6 people. You can fill the house up, whatever you want to do, but just come and hang out with us and have a good time. So we look forward to seeing you. And then our store finally looks like a quilt shop to me. We have quilts on every wall. And when the ladies and gentlemen walk in, they're like, they just kind of stand around like in awe, and it's pretty awesome to see that. So makes me feel really good about getting all those quilts up and seeing them all at one time. It's kind of overload if you ask me, that just looking at them, but you can go in the store and you can get lost in there for hours, as the ladies at the retreat house can attest to. They are spending a lot of time in the store, so that's a lot of fun for them. So shop is open Wednesday through Saturday right now, and come see us. Check on Facebook for hours, but I think it's 10 to 6 Wednesday through Friday and then Saturday 9 to 4 right now until after Labor Day. Then we will be open 7 days a week, and we'll go through all the hours then. But something to look forward to just in case you don't have the opportunity to come on the days that we are open already. Okay, so I have my list here of things I want to talk about before, but we do have some prizes today, so please start commenting or say what you want to say hello, tell us where you're from, ask us questions. Kaylee will keep track of some of those. It's just Kaylee and I today. Carrie is on vacation, so I will not have an update on where we are with our Hogs for Heroes, but with all the things with the retreat house and the store, it's just been crazy here. So we will definitely have an update next week when things are a little bit more settled down and more relaxed, and we have everything, all the ducks in the row, basically. So, but I do want to read off some of the cards I got this week to just go through some of those. So I will be addressing them. And then I want to talk about my pin that I got. One of the ladies at the retreat house is a rug hooker, and her business is called onerug2rug.com, and she's from Louisiana, and she made me this awesome pin. Well, she didn't make it. I just said it was awesome, and she just took it off and gave it to me. So I took it because I thought it was awesome, especially for our little live today. So I'll ask her if she wants it back, but I'm hoping she doesn't. Okay, so again, Carrie from One Rug, Two Rug, and you can find her on the internet. I just checked it out to make sure that was exactly it, and it came right up. So we'll visit her. She's a wool dyer as well, and I said like an avid rug hooker with lots of patterns. So she's here with some girlfriends having a great time. So it was nice to meet her. And then stay tuned later on at 2:30. We have a trunk show live for the company called Poppy Cotton, and they are two girls. And I know they live in the United States. One's from Utah and one is from Washington. And one of them grew up in Australia. I read a little bit of the book. But their book is called Handmade Happiness. And I'll be showing you all the cool projects in that book at 2:30 live here. So if you don't have anything else to do today, hang out and watch that trunk show. Maybe you'll find some things that you need to make for Christmas or for yourself or whatever. But it's a lot of fun, cool little handmade things with lots of stitching. And I know my people love to do hand stitching. And then look what Miss Katie Nolan did for me. Do you remember when I said I would like to see one of those blocks done big? So I don't know the details of, how big this is, but I'll ask Katie for them. So look for this information coming up this next week as well. I'll have it for you next week live on, what cloth this is and how many she stitched over, all those details that I don't really know nothing about, but she sent this as a gift to me, and she's just so special. So I'm really happy that we are supporting her family, and she's helping us raise money for Hogs for Heroes. So thank you, Katie. That was amazing. I absolutely love it, and I can't wait for Scotty to frame it. All right. So let's see what else I got. I have a list here. We also have our first class happening today at the shop. Joanne is here with her Stitchers Gathering. So that's fun to see those ladies back in the shop and stitching together. So welcome, Stitchers Gathering, back to Primitive Gatherings. We love seeing your smiling faces, and I hope you have a good day stitching here as well. All right, so that's all I have for announcements. Okay. Oh, wool boxes. The charm pack came in for Yuletide Gathering, so we will be shipping those out. I think they're going to work on them tomorrow, if not for sure on Monday. But we're so excited that those didn't take as long as we thought they were going to take. And we really appreciate you waiting for them so we didn't have to scramble and put something in there that didn't go cohesively in the box. So we so appreciate you waiting for that. And you will be happy you did as well. All right. So that is my announcements for today. So Kaylee, pick a winner of one of our charm packs that we have here.
All right. Bonnie Emmons.
EMMONS?
Yep.
Okay.
Thanks for being here, Bonnie.
All right. How did you like Kaylee's little video in the beginning? I didn't really see it yet, but I can't wait to watch it. All right. So I want to go through some of the Hogs for Heroes donations before we get into the tutorial. All right. So this is from Ellen, and I can't read her last name, but it's R.A. like Rasmussen or something like that. But she says, wishing you all the best in your fundraising efforts in honor of my son-in-law, Jonathan Johnson, for his 10 years of service in the U.S. Air Force. God bless, Eileen. Thank you so much, Eileen. And then we have, thank you, Lisa. Your passion for helping veterans receive a bike is a good example for all of us. Please accept my contribution in honor of my brother, Colonel Philip Redder, retired. It doesn't say which one he was in, but Claire Chandler. Thank you, Claire. And then this was cool here. Look at this flag paper. Hi, Lisa. First of all, I'd like to take a moment to let you know how much I admire and respect what you have built with Primitive Gatherings brand. Thank you. That's awesome. Your talent and forethought for what quilters crafters want is amazing. Your staff is always friendly and helpful, and your beautiful designs have given me many hours of enjoyment. I love that you share what you love so freely. It's infectious. I am so excited for you and your new adventure, store and retreat center, a dream come to fruition. I hope to get there to see it in the near future. Second, your fundraiser for Hogs for Heroes. What a way to honor many men and women who have served our country. My father-in-law served during World War II, and while I don't have a family with anyone else who has served in the military, many members of my family, father, brother, nephew, and niece, are police officers, and I hold a deep respect for anybody who fights for our freedoms and safety. Yes, I totally support our police departments. I just can't imagine what that is like also to be a police officer today and the things they see and the things they have to deal with. So I really love the fact that a lot of like police departments are like reaching out and like know your police officer before you need them. I think that is a really cool campaign. And I have a lot of friends that are police officers, and I really also respect what they do. I know you'll reach your goal and beyond for your fundraiser. Thank you for your generosity and deserving cause. Diana Linsworth, Norco, California. Thank you, Diana, for your contribution. That was awesome. Daryl Bagley, please accept this check in memory of my father, a World War II fighter pilot who passed away last November at the age of 96. So lucky for you to have him that long. That's awesome. Also in honor of my husband who served as captain in the Air Force, and our son who is currently deployed with the Navy. Thank you, Daryl. And this one is from Laura Bermel from Montana. Hello, Lisa. I am late to join the American Stitch Along, but love the idea. In honor of my father-in-law and World War II Navy veteran, and my brother-in-law, David, he is a Marine veteran of Vietnam. I tried donating for the quilt and the cross-stitch pattern. Happy to join your fundraiser for such a good cause. Sincerely, Laura. Thank you, Laura. We appreciate every bit we can get. Lisa, thank you so much for these wonderful patterns. I haven't begun sewing them yet, but have been printing them out. That's all you need to do. Sew when you can. I have several military heroes in my life. My dad was in Air Force. My middle son served in the U.S. Army. My stepson served in the Marines. It is an honor to contribute to this cause. Hugs, Megan, Salem, Oregon. Thank you, Megan. Hi, Lisa. Just a note to say thank you to all veterans. Also, thank you, Lisa, for all you donated for the flag patterns. Sincerely, Shannon. Please find my donation enclosed. Thank you, Sharon and Edward Kopak from Albuquerque, New York. Thank you so much. That was a nice $100 donation. Hi, Lisa. This is in honor of my husband, Dan, who served in Vietnam, Judy Brennard. And then she sent along this cool picture of all of his medals and everything. So thank you, Judy, for your wonderful contribution. We are going to so pass our goal. All right, this is another nice donation from Barbara Faber from Rhinelander, Wisconsin. Dear Lisa, I am honored to donate for such a wonderful cause. This endeavor you have started is absolutely brilliant. What a great way to show our respect and thanks to all those men and women who have served to protect our freedoms. In honor of my grandfather, Henry, who served in World War I, and my husband, Al, who was medical unit deployed in Desert Storm, thank you again for doing this. Sincerely, Barbara Faber. Thank you, Barbara, for your people and their service. This is from Nancy Plass from Santan Valley, Arizona. Dear Lisa, thank you so much for this so long. I would like to honor all veterans, including my son, father, and father-in-law. God bless the USA. Thank you, Nancy. That's awesome. Dedicated, talent, hardworking, determined. There is nothing you can't do. Congratulations on your success. Dear Lisa, this donation for Hogs for Heroes is made in honor of you. How nice. Thanks for all you do for others. You are proof that one person can make a difference. God bless. Colleen Ketchel. Thank you, Colleen. That is awesome. And then last, dear Lisa, I am donating $50 for Hogs for Heroes Fund in honor of several members of the Pace family. My husband's 5 Pace brothers were all in service at the time of World War II. Leonard, Army, served in France and Germany. Paul, Coast Guard, served in the South Pacific. Earl, Coast Guard, served in the Atlantic. Floyd and Lloyd, which were twins. Coast Guard, served in the South Pacific. Cecil, who is Donna's husband, he served in the Army during the Korean War, and 3 nephews. Mike served in the Army in Germany. Darwin, Army, served in Vietnam. And Kevin, Army during peacetime. Cecil, 89, and I, 83, both rode motorcycles for pleasure in our younger days. Therefore, we know how much a hog for a hero will mean to some lucky veteran. Thank you for honoring all our veterans by sponsoring for Hogs for Heroes. Sincerely, Donna Pace, Janesville, Wisconsin. Thank you, Donna. That was so awesome for that nice letter. So there's our letters for this last week or two. Again, I can't thank you enough for this. It's so awesome that we are halfway there, and I don't know I don't know the number to date, but I know it's a good one. So I can't wait till Carrie's back to share the news with us as where we're at. Okay, are we ready for the block, or are we ready for a gift? Let's do another gift. Okay. Kaylee, is anybody talking?
Lots of people.
Okay.
Let's do Laurel Chambers.
Laurel?
Laurel. Yep.
All right. So those of you who are winning prizes, you need to contact store@primitivegatherings.us and send us your physical address, and we will get this charm pack out for you. And what was Laurel's name again?
Oh, shoot. Going back. Chambers. All
right. Okay, so that's 2 of the 5 that we have for you today. All right, so block 10.
No, 11.
Oh, 11, sorry. I was just doing some of the paperwork for the blog and switching block 10 down to the bottom. So block 11 already. How cool is that? Block 10 was last week when Kaylee was on vacation, and we just pre-recorded that because it was chaos last week with them being gone and us trying to put the store together for the retreat. So thank you for tuning into that and watching that without us being live and not giving away any prizes. So we'll give away more prizes next week too. We have a lot of fun things to announce about our silent auction things that are coming, or auction items. I don't know how we're going to do that, but we'll figure it out. We have a couple weeks left, right? Okay, so block 11 is this block right here. So I'm going to go this way, show them the bigger one, Kaylee. And this is going to be a little tougher this time. We have a flying geese unit in this block that finishes at 1/2 by 1 inch, but it's all the same straight sewing. So you should be able to do it no problem. Remember to starch. If you don't, this might be where it might get a little tricky. So you might want to starch one of these times to try one of these blocks. So for block 11, we need, I have it right here. I'll chip it up so we can show this. So the first thing we need, we have a square and a square unit. So that's these 2. We have some squares, we have some rectangles, and we have some triangles to make the flying geese units. So we'll be making 8 flying geese units here, that square and the square, and then the rest is pretty simple. And then I did test a block the other night because Joanne Rodriguez, who was here at the retreat house, she was working on her blocks. I'm like, here, do block 11 for me. So she had a little trouble, so we figured it out, and I wanted to make sure everything worked right, but there's those little units right there. Right now they are 1 by 1.5, but when they're in the block, they are going to be 1/2 inch by 1 inch. So there's everything laid out in the block. So I'm going to come to my little handy dandy little packet here to sew these triangles. Remember, I'm doing like 3 or 4 quilts and giving some of them away to some veterans, maybe raffling one off. We'll see what we all can come up with. So I'm going to do the flying geese units here quickly, and then I will just start. All right, so there's that. I cut these all a long time ago. Ooh, there's a unit. Is that the one that fell off? Nope, it was just in there. Must have made an extra one somewhere, and I just popped it in there. Okay, so you're going to take, this is your 1 3/8 inch squares cut in half once on the diagonal, and this is the 2 1/4 inch square cut in half twice on the diagonal. And one of the things that I noticed with Joanne when she was piecing is sometimes she didn't line these two up nicely. Like when you looked at it from the front, it looked like it was lined up, but when you turned it to the back, you would see that they weren't lined up. So that was one of the things that I had Joanne work on, was lining up her pieces. So, and what that means is just line them up, but then flip to the back side to make sure that you don't see any of that other piece on there. And that will help tremendously with these little guys. Okay, so I'm ready to stitch. Kaylee's going to shoot from a different angle this week to see if we like it. But all I'm going to do is run these through. Now I have my stitch length at a smidge under 2. And I'm going to feed in all the one side of those blue triangles for the flying geese. And I'm going to try not to hurry so I don't mess any of them up. So if you have any questions while I'm sewing, Kaylee will look to see if there's any. Do you have any questions for me about the shop or about anything else?
Not yet.
Nothing yet?
Dolores says, my sewing machine would suck that up and it'd be gone forever.
So, do you have a single hole throat on your sewing machine? That's one of the tricks, is to not have the oblong hole. Like if your machine zigzags, that's when those get sucked down the hole. So get yourself a single hole throat plate and you'll be in business. And my machine has the feed dogs nice and close together, and that really helps too with keeping things manageable with these little shapes.
So Roxanne wants to know where the dragonfly decals on your machine come from. Those are in the description.
Yeah, so what Kaylee just said is that the description, like when you pull up this video, we have a description underneath it that will tell you all the things that we mention in the video. It has links that you can just click to. So these are on our website, and there's a handful of different styles that you can look through. Yeah, I have 7, so that's I must have been practicing on that one there.
Julia wants to know, do you have classes at the retreat, or can you just come and take the class?
Okay, so most of the things we have going on, and that reminds me of one of the things I missed to talk about. So right now we're scheduling a lot of like sit and sew opportunities for you just to come with your group and to just open sew. However, we do have some events that we are trying to facilitate where, we have all things planned for you. And one of them coming up is the garden one. And I know it's at the end of the month, like August 30th through September 3rd or something like that. I will get that up on my blog, or it might be on our Facebook page already at the shop. So it's our garden retreat. So we have a brand new baby garden out there, and we have an awesome employee called Erica, who's our farmer gardener. So she's going to be doing some things, and then I have a design for everybody to stitch, and then Gloria was going to do a gardening apron that is super cute, all like embellishing on your apron. And it's one of those that you can, collect your flowers or your eggs or anything from the garden. So that we have at the end of the month. So we're hoping we can get enough people in that to still run that. So if you want to come hang out, even if it's just you don't need any friends. We'll be your friends. You'll meet friends there. So think about that and call and find out the details or look for them online. Do you have the layout for that one, Kaylee, or not?
For the
garden retreat? Okay. I will put that on my blog so you will see that as well. Or look in the Stitch with Lisa Bongean Facebook group. It's in there as well. Okay. So come hang out with us. We're going to have a blast. All right. Over to the iron to press the little triangles. So if you are new to this, I just want to explain about our iron here. I get a lot of questions about my steam station. So you can kind of see here, it's got a big old tank on it. So you don't have to fill it up all the time. And it has a trigger for the steam. So look at all those holes. And I know a lot of people don't use steam when they piece, but I don't really know how they do it, but because I am such a steamer. All right, now for the second side of triangles. So again, this is called chain piecing. So you just run them through one after another. And like I said, make sure that's lined up perfect. Look on the back.
Does the shop sell Bernina supplies such as foots and stitch plates?
Yeah. So yes, we are a full Bernina dealership, and the guys are doing phenomenal with that, and they are super excited about it. So come and see Luke and Ruby and Jake about your quilting. We do long arm quilting, and they will get you all situated with a nice new machine if you are in the market for a new one. Even if you don't think you are, sometimes they're trying to talk me into that Bernina, and I'll tell you the truth. I did stitch on it a little bit, and I'm pretty impressed. So I might have to do a quilt with it to make sure that I would give this up, but we'll see. To be determined. One of the things I didn't like about some of the machines is they went too far into plastic. Like I really truly love metal machines, metal bobbins, metal feet. So that's a deal breaker for me if they don't have metal feet, which the Berninas do. So
there's some questions about when the grand opening is.
Okay. Yeah, so our grand opening is, oh, I sewed this wrong. I sewed that wrong. I'll just toss that one aside. I have another one over there. Yeah, so see, we all do it once in a while. It happens when you talk too much. But our grand opening is in September, the 16th, I think through the 19th, where we're gonna have a party. We're gonna have lots of food trucks, some entertainment. We're gonna do purchase tiers, like say you spend $50, you're going to get a keychain. Say you spend $100, you're going to get a keychain and a ruler. You spend, $250, you're going to get a hat. So we're working on some of our prizes for that, and we're super excited about that. And yes, even if you can't come to the store, you will be able to participate in that online as well. But we really want to see you. So get on a plane and come see us if you live far away. I don't know where my little thing went. It was here yesterday. My little cutter, my little baby block. Oh, here's Amy's. So you get one with your initial on. But I really love those things. All right, now back to pressing the other side.
Oh, do you want to mention, so they're wondering if the retreat is in California. Do you want to just mention the differences?
Okay, so the retreat I'm talking about is here at Primitive Gatherings. I know Drew is having a retreat in November in California. And I'm sorry if I sound way too excited about the Wisconsin store and don't talk about the California store. That's just what's in front of me right now, and that's this brand new facility here. So I don't want to not talk about the California store, but it's just so exciting here right now. So accept my apology for not promoting the California store, because it is an awesome store. And I thank you to those of you who go there and visit Drew and support that store as well. So just contact Drew. She'll tell you what's going on at the California store for retreats, and she will hook you all up. And maybe I can come there yet this year and do that November retreat. So here are our units before I trim them down. And you'll notice on this one that there's going to be some trimming going on this one. So they are a little chubby on top, but I didn't want to make this any smaller. So what we're going to do is I'm going to lay them all out on my mat, and then I'm going to trim them to 1 inch by 1.5. I know, super tiny, right? You can do it. Trust me. All right, so there's the one I already did. And I don't know where the one I screwed up is, but I'm just going to steal one from over here. So there's all my 8 units. Okay, so I'm going to take my ruler. Kaylee's going to come around, or what are you going to do?
I'm going to stay right here.
Okay, you want me to come here?
Maybe.
All right, so I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to find my 1 inch mark, and I'm going to lay it right on that long side of that geese. And then I'm just going to trim everything to 1 inch. And like I said, this one has a little bit more excess on it, so you can get that 1 inch measurement perfectly down. So I just lay the long part, the 1 inch on the long part of that blue geese bottom, and then just trim that up. So do you see how I just lay them all out and get them ready to trim? And those two are already trimmed up. So now, are you amazed that I can just keep talking, Kaylee? Because I'm not a talker. I'm not.
That is truth.
I'm not a talker. I don't talk a lot. But when there's nobody here and I have to talk, I can do it, I guess. Now, 1.5. So I'm going to find 3/4, and I'm going to line the 3/4 up right on the point of that geese. And I'm going to trim all the right sides first. And there's hardly anything to trim off of this. So don't expect to have as much to trim off as you did on the top part.
I'm going to remind everyone to make sure to check the video's description for a lot of the information. In case you're wondering about sizes, finished sizes, it's all on the pattern as well.
Yep. So you'll be able to download that pattern. As soon as I get off here, I publish the post. I did put it in the pages, though, if you really want to look for it. It's already on the Stitch Along on the top of the blog. All right, so now I'm going to I'm turning all of the rights to the left, to the right side now that we're on the left. And then now I'm going to line it up on 1.5, not the 3/4, and then just trim that other side. So 1.5.
You're making a lot of people sweat with these tiny little
I know. Pieces. I warned you they're going to get a little harder, and that's why I saved them till pretty much till at least halfway. And you gained some confidence already. I know you have. And remember, it's just the same 1/4 inch seam allowance, so it really shouldn't matter. Everything is the same. They're just a little tinier. You can do it. I know it. All right, Kaylee, pick another winner.
I'm going to
pick Kathy Brock because she just gave us a super chat.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty awesome. So thank you, Kathy. You're our winner.
You get a charm pack, Kathy.
And that's Kathy with a C, just so you
know. Okay, I'll change that. So I do want you to know that I found some oldies but goodies. Remember we moved? So look at this, Liberty Gatherings. That is like ancient.
And it's beautiful.
And it's beautiful. So you can put this with a American Gatherings charm pack, and then you'll have 80 different fabrics. 2, 4, 6, 8. So I have all of my 8 little geeses. You can do it.
It's tiny.
All right. So now I'm going to put these ones back here. And then we will move these to my other pile here. And I will start sewing the blocks together.
All right. Coming around.
All right. Coming back over here. I'll just set this down here so you can see it. So I just laid it out. Oh, I have to sew the square in the square. You know what? You can sew a square in the square. You can do that. So you sew this square in the square, and then you trim it to 2.5. So you add this side, press, then add these 2 sides, press, and then trim to 2.5. Okay, so now what we want to do is I want to take all of these 2 little flying geese and sew them together end to end, short side to short side. Not a lot of sewing there. So each one of those I'm going to do for all 4 sets.
How long do online orders take to get mailed out? We have like a...
Well, that would depend on what you order from us. So most of the time, if you order something that's not in stock, let's say you order a fabric line that we don't have in yet. We can't actually ship those till they come in. But we print orders every day. We go through them. If it's something of ours, Primitive Gatherings, those usually don't take as long. But sometimes if we promote something like a book, we might have sold way more than what we have in stock. So we'll have to wait, about, a couple days to get those in. So just kind of know that we do the best we can. And sometimes we have some training to do. We have a new system here. We're putting in a new POS system, and you know what POS stands for, right? No, point of sale, not anything that you might have just thought of. But anyway, so that's what's kind of what we're going through here. But let me tell you, it's so fun to see like 5 hardworking women in that shipping department, shipping out all those orders and being here in the same facility and be able to take care of questions and everything. So we will be much more efficient than we were in the past. So kind of just keep that in mind and bear with us while we work out all the kinks of a new POS system. And we were trying out a new shipping system, which, you know what? We're not even going to do it. We're going back to our old thing, because sometimes newer is not always better. So we're working through some of those kinks. But great question. Great question. I don't know if I answered it what you liked, but usually those girls are on those orders pretty fast. All right, so I'm going to open up this seam between these pairs and press them open. And I only have 3 here because I have already 1 done, because I was practicing with Joanne last night. Like the Rowenta steam stations, I have 4 of them on order, and I know some of you have the steam stations on order as well, and they just haven't come in yet with our suppliers. You have to remember that right now we're not getting some of the things as fast as we used to. So if you have an iron on order or something like that, we are at the mercy of our suppliers to get them to us. So I know they try to send out information, but just know that we try to get the stuff out of here as fast as possible. All right, so now what I'm doing, I'm just sewing along and not even telling you, is I am stitching this 2 geese unit to this 1 inch by 2.5 inch rectangle. All right, Kaylee, pick another winner.
Ooh, okay. Let's go with Susan Glynn.
Susan Glynn.
Yep. Susan Glynn.
Is that 4 or is that 5?
That was 4.
Kathy Brock was the last one I had.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah, isn't those little sticker decals fun on your sewing machine? Just makes me happy. I love stickers. So I wish I could design stickers as well. But there's not enough hours in the day. See how I just lay that on there to flatten that? So I should be using my little pressing stick, which I'm going to now, because it's too hard without it. And we couldn't find our little table for our iron, so that's why it's on the wrong side.
Yeah.
So here's the little pressing stick, and that helps tremendously pressing those seams open. So then I'm just going to turn them over, give them a good press on that side. All right, so let's just be real here right now. So let's just be up close and perfect. Okay, so look at this one. This one's perfect, right? All the points are perfect. This one is pretty good. But this one, I knobbed off one of my points there. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
See this one right here? I can look. It's in my seam right there. Guess what? It's staying. I'm not going to rip that out. That does not matter in my book anymore. All right? It's going,
once was a day,
going in the block.
Yeah.
If you want to rip yours out, you go right ahead. But I am not. I'm going to just love it the way it is. Because one of the things that I really, really love is my antique quilts is when, nothing is perfect in those antique quilts. There's always little wiggles or little piecing errors or 3 pieces of fabric sewn together to make one triangle. That's all fun stuff. And I know not all of you might share that same philosophy, but after 25 years of quilting, some things matter and some things don't. And that little smidge doesn't matter.
Oh, do you have the long arm quilting? Do you have all that information?
Do I have that information?
She wants to know if she has a quilt to send in, how would she contact our long arm quilting department?
I think it's Bernina. Is it Bernina.pg at, I don't know. I can't remember.
We do have, is it on our website though? If they go to our website?
I don't know if that's ready yet. I know they were working on it,
okay.
But we'll find out for you.
Yep.
We'll
Sharon,
find out.
Sharon, we'll get that information to you. But yes, you can send us quilts. We have that service available.
Yes. Just call 920-722-7233 and ask for that email or that information. Or can you go downstairs, honey, and grab a card for the long arm quilting service? Some of the ladies are asking about it, and I don't know the exact email. What's up? Is our barn here?
They're stuck.
Stuck?
Very distraught.
Oh.
So
Okay.
you know, long arm quilting.
Yeah.
Part.
So right now our barn is being delivered for our sheep and our tractors and stuff like that. So hopefully they're not too stuck. But of course, Nick's got to tell me always, right in the middle of a video that our barn is stuck in the field. So hopefully they can figure it out. All right. So I'm just going to press this. So I didn't press that open. I just pressed it toward that rectangle, that light rectangle, because there's nothing there. That's perfect. All right, now I'm sewing the two ends. Nick always likes to tell me the problems. All right, one more square on this end. All right. There we go. Just so we got this straight. So it is Bernina at primitivegatherings.us.
Perfect. All right.
Okay.
I'll put that in. I'll add that to our description too.
Okay. All right. So I'm pressing both these squares toward the squares. All right. So line those up. So there's my little square there. I got to add those two together. And here's where I'm going to use pins for the first time. I flip that back to make sure my seam is nesting nicely.
Are you going to put a barn quilt on your barn?
You bet. Of course we're going to put a barn quilt on our barn if it makes it to the spot. Kaylee, we're missing it.
I know.
It was supposed to be here earlier.
Someone's like, can you please share footage of that barn? And I'm like, I'm up here.
We're up here. Yeah. I just had a hot flash right now, just thinking about it.
Way to go, Nick.
Yeah, my ears are all like smoking right now. Okay. One more side.
Someone noticed that you're using a gray thread.
Yeah.
You want to talk about threads for a bit?
Yeah, so I'm using a gray thread. It's kind of neutral. Doesn't show with the, I don't really like to use white thread because I don't like to see white stitches in my blue fabrics. So that's one of the reasons why I kind of have a medium gray on here. And that kind of blends nicely with the light and the dark. But it's kind of a personal preference. If your seam along, if your stitches are small enough, you're not really going to see them. But sometimes when we press these seams open, those stitches are going to be revealed. So I don't like seeing white on colored darker fabrics. So that's why I got that medium gray. All right, now these two seams I'm going to press open for sure. Row seams I always tend to press open.
And ultimately, you're doing these certain ways to eliminate bulk, right?
Yes, yes. So instead of going to one side or the other, we split that seam to two sides, and therefore we don't have like 6 or 8 seams coming together in some of those spots, especially on triangle points. And then when it's all done, I give it a nice good steam. These fabrics are kind of a little bit busy, so there's our block. Now we just got to add the short sides on.
Chrissy's like, thanks for the thread explanation. Now I have to change my threads up.
Yeah, just lower your stitch length a little bit. So I usually sew a little smidge under 2.
Do you ever machine quilt on your Juki?
Yes, I like to quilt my little quilts myself, but I'll tell you, it's really hard to do that myself now that the boys have all the technology downstairs just to, do it in like, 15 minutes flat now for a little quilt. But the Juki is very accommodating for stitching, or machine quilting your little quilts. It's got this bigger opening here. And then one of the tips I like to tell people is that for marking your little quilts, I like to use a hair marker. It's kind of like a plastic knife that you just kind of score your fabric into lines on your quilt, and then you just quilt on them. You don't even have to mark. So I really like to use that. I do a lot of little grids on my little quilts. So don't be afraid to try machine quilting your own stuff. Press these away from the back. Oh, my points look really good there. Happy with that. And then look at that, lines up perfectly. And if you want, you can stitch from the other side so you can see your points where they're coming. So what I mean by that is when I put this last one on, if I want to look at this side, I can see right where those points come, where if I would be cutting one off or not.
What model Juki are you sewing on right now?
Right now I'm sewing on the 2010, and I do own all three of them. I just unpackaged my 2020 at the retreat house this week. So that'll be going in our new studio someday, right, Kaylee?
Someday, yep.
Yeah. Someday sooner than later. Our cutting table gets delivered Friday. So we have 5 cutting tables from Tracy's Tables coming in. 3 of them are going to the retreat house, 1 in the shop, and 1 in our video studio. All right, there's our block. Now it's time to put the little stripes on. You good, Kaylee?
Yep.
Okay, so I picked out 2 of my stripes. I'm going to clean off the edge of the short one, because remember, these are all oversized. So I'm going to just add that one. I'm going to make sure I have the right end up though, but yeah, looks good to me. Put these 2 together. Oh, I love it when it turns out perfect.
Do you know if Tracy's Tables has a website?
Yep, they have a website. And we also can sell them as well, but you can just go right there too. Mike will be glad to build you a table, sewing station table, or a cutting table. They have all kinds of stuff, and it's not. I like the Tracy's Tables because it's still well built stuff, but they're not thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So I think they're very economical for what you get. And I've been using Tracy's Tables forever, ever since I got my first table. And they come black or white or wood or cherry. All right, one last seam here that has to go open to match the other ones. And like I said before, all these stripes are oversized, so we're going to be trimming them down after I open that seam up. Drop my scissors on the floor.
Whoops, sorry. Going over cords.
Easy open. Nice little press. There we go. Time to trim. Oh, I messed up one of my seams on the back here. All right. Grab your 12.5-inch ruler. Line up according to the edge of your block here. That looks good. I'm following lines on my stripe. That looks good. That looks good. Cut. It's hard to cut when you sit down. Don't look. I'm going to cut backwards here. All right. So here is block 11. Stitching these blocks is pure heaven. That was my little rhyme on my blog today. So I hope you enjoy these blocks as much as I love showing you how to do them. So don't forget, if you haven't donated to Hogs for Heroes, please do so. It's such a great cause, and we are super excited about how much fun we are having with that. And we can't wait till 2022 to see who gets the bike that the quilters raised all the money for. All right. Anything else today? We have one more prize to give away if you hung around till the end. Pick our last winner there, Kaylee.
All right, we're gonna go with whoa, that came in. Cheryl Foy.
Floyd.
No, Foye.
Foye. Foye.
Cheryl Foy.
All right, there's all of our winners. We have 5 for today. Thanks for hanging out with us. And make sure you tell everybody about our Stitch Along. Just informed me today that we only have like what? 2 fat quarter towers left. I'm like, can you save one for me? No, that was when we had 4. So, so now we only have 2 left. So that's all that's left out there in the world, unless you can find one out in the wild at a local quilt shop or someplace else. But we are so happy that you are here with us today. So stay tuned for later on. 2:30, we'll be back with another live. Bye, everyone.
Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. To make sure that you don't miss out on anything new, go to our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, and then hit the notification bell, and that way you won't miss out on anything new. And let's head over there now. I can give you a look at her page. So here's Lisa's YouTube channel. All you need to do is go to the corner and you hit the subscribe button and then hit the notification bell, and that will notify you anytime we upload new content for you. So we will see you next time.